Today we're going to look at a simple but effective way to think about integer addition and subtraction. The way this method will work is we'll change our numbers into objects to help us conceptualize what's going on. And we can avoid things like keep, change, flip, and what do I do in this situation. So let's get started. We're going to think of positive numbers as helium balloons. And we're going to think of negative numbers as heavy sandbags. So helium balloons would allow us to float up in the air. Heavy sandbags would weigh us down. Addition means we're going to add balloons or sandbags to an object. In this case, it's going to be a floating house. And subtraction will remove balloons or sandbags from the house. So with that being said, let's get into the first problem. Here we can see our house is floating off the edge of a cliff, hovering at 0 on our vertical number line. And in the first problem, we have 0 plus 5. The way we're going to approach this problem is we'll think of the first number as our starting point on the number line. The operation will tell us that we're going to add something to the house. And the last number here tells us what it is we're adding. This is a positive 5. So we're going to add 5 balloons to the house. If we add 5 balloons to the house, our house gains the ability to rise in the air, and it's going to rise 5 units. So here we can see that 0 plus 5 is 5. In the second problem, we're starting at 5 on the number line, but this time we're removing items from the house. And the items we're removing are 5 balloons. I know it's 5 balloons because that's a positive 5. When I remove 5 balloons, the house loses its ability to float in the air and it drops back downwards 5 units. So it comes back down to 0. So here we can see 5 minus 5 is 0. In the third problem that we have, again, we're starting at 0. This time we're adding items to the house, but now we're adding 4 heavy sandbags. So if we're adding 4 heavy sandbags to the house is going to come downwards. It's being weighed down, and it's going to move down 4 units. So here we can see if we move 4 down, we end up at negative 4. Finally, in the last problem, we have negative 4 minus negative 6. So again, we're starting at negative 4. We're removing objects from the house, and the objects that we're removing are 6 heavy sandbags. So if we're taking off 6 heavy sandbags, that house is going to get lighter. It would move upwards. So we're going to move the house up 6 units, and that means the house comes to a rest at positive 2 on the number line. Notice how as I was going through the subtraction there, I didn't say, well, I have to do keep, change, flip. By thinking about adding and subtracting the items to the house, it was intuitive. It made sense where the house was going to go. And if we take that approach to adding and subtracting integers, we'll quickly develop the skills we need to correctly do the work.